Good morning. Jonah 4, verse 3. Therefore, this is Jonah speaking to the Lord. Therefore now, O Lord, please take my life from me, for it is better for me to die than to live. Can you believe that? It's better for me to die than to live. Because God was gracious, because God was slow to anger, because God relented from sending calamity. It was better in Jonah's eyes that he would die than have to witness God saving people. That's how far down his attitude had spun. I don't know if you're familiar with the word petulant, but the word petulant means immature, infantile. Puerile is another word we don't use as much, but petulant has this idea of acting childish. Jonah is acting childish. Why? Because God doesn't do what he wants. God doesn't do what he wants. Before we're ready to cast stones at Jonah, ask yourself how often you've gotten frustrated with God because he didn't do what you wanted. I'm guilty. There are times I've gotten frustrated with God because he didn't do what I wanted. In fact, there's lots of times he doesn't do what I want. Reminds me of a section in the Gospel of Luke where Jesus says this, and he is here thinking of some of the religious leaders, but just the generation of the Jews in general. To what then shall I compare the people of this generation? And what are they like? He says in Luke 7:31. And then verse 32, they are like children sitting in the marketplace and calling to one another. And here's what they called to one another. We played the flute for you, and you did not dance. We sang a dirge, and you did not weep. He's saying this generation is like people who said, we did this, and we expected you to act this way, but you didn't do it. And now we're upset. We played a song, and you thought you'd dance. We sang a dirge, and we thought you'd weep. In other words, you didn't meet our expectations. You didn't do what we wanted when we wanted. And now we're upset. So here's a caution to you this morning is don't be upset in your life and don't be discombobulated and don't be resentful toward God because he doesn't do what you want him to do. God always acts consistent with his character. And we can rest in that. But I'll be honest, sometimes it feels like resting on a bed of nails, doesn't it? Because we don't want some of the things that God brings to the table and brings to bear on our lives. It's hard. It's challenging. But wind carving stone always is. The hammer on the anvil always is. So our job is to embrace the God that is. In embracing the God that is, we find ourselves not petulant and childish because he doesn't meet all of our expectations. If God met all of my expectations, guess what would happen? He would be a God created in my own image, and I would end up most likely destroying my life because a lot of times what I want is not at all what's good for me. So thank God he doesn't give me what I want. We can't be like Jonah and fall into despair because God doesn't dance to the beat of our drum. Have a good morning.